Hello, viewers, and thank you for joining us. I'm Alex Oliver, and these are my friends, aka Brotherhood of the Dice. You have tonight with me some familiar faces. We'll all get a chance to introduce our characters in a moment, but I'll just real quickly introduce your players. We're playing the Hoodlums, Call of Cthulhu tonight. It's a 1983 Call of Cthulhu scenario. I'm playing Benji. I'm Alex Oliver, producer and games organiser for the channel. Next to me is Mr. David W, who is the games master of the Bushido campaign on the channel, also plays Stinky Nook in the homebrew campaign. And underneath me, you've got Mr. Chris Kidd, who you'll find, I'm Chris Kidd on all social media. Check out his YouTube channel just now, which is very active, where he's teaching you to be healthy for free. Next to him, playing Steve, we've got Mr. Martin, who you will find a link below when this gets to YouTube for his professional Dungeon Master service. He also has his own YouTube channel, Runaway Dice, which you will find a link to below. And then, last but absolutely not least, the man of the evening, the keeper, Mr. Brotherhood of the Dice himself, Mr. Phil I Am. Evening, Phil.
Hello, evening all. So, do we want to should we just get started then?
Let's do that.
Yeah. So, I think it's worth pointing out that we are approaching this scenario with a play to lose kind of style of game, which is similar to Cthulhu Dark, where it's highly likely people are going to die, or people be lucky if people survive. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how we.
I'm pretty sure I heard the word grindhouse mentioned.
It is grindhouse, yes. Yeah. So that's worth mentioning. So it is, I mean, which fits with the style of scenario. So yeah, it's kind of inspired by grindhouse cinema, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Hills of Eyes, all that kind of sort of late 70s, early 80s. What formed? What then went on to form most of Video Nasty collection.
Yeah.
So it's also written by Alex Guillotine.
Is it Mr. Cthulhu Grindhouse himself?
Yes.
Yes.
Who is fantastic, does some fantastic scenarios. He does write them with somebody else as well. I can't remember his name. I do apologise. But yeah, check them out.
Alex
They are all...
Guillotine, I believe it is. Mr. Grindhouse.
They're all fantastic.
We have played a few year scenarios just now. If you ever find yourself watching me, I'm a big fan. Highway Blood was one of my favourites ever. Yeah. Nice, it's one of his.
Hoping to run that again sometime in the near future.
Stay tuned.
But cool. Anyway, so this scenario is set in Worcester, Massachusetts, and it's set during the summer of 1983. So let us begin then. So, to the average 17-year-old high school student, summer vacation is without a doubt the best time of year. This is especially true for the cast-offs, those who sit alone in the cafeteria, spend their free periods secluded in the library, and take the longer way home to avoid notice. In rare cases, these loners sometimes find each other, forming tight bonds akin to those between soldiers in battle. Together, they seek the escapism of horror movies, fantasy role-playing games, heavy metal music, and sometimes even drugs. They want to be free of the anxiety and anger that burdens them in the real world. The Hoodlums is one such cabal, and they have just broken into Worcester's Union Station to smoke weed, drink wine, and crank up some tunes. They plan to stay there all night, and have used the tried and tested method of each friend asking to stay over at another friend's house, which is particularly effective in a city where none of their parents really know each other that well. But none of them suspect that they are being watched. Somewhere in the depths of the abandoned train station, Alice Cooper's School's Out blares from a massive boombox sitting atop a pile of rusted structural beams A fire burns in a steel drum that carves out a small island of flickering light from the near perfect darkness. Sitting around the fire barrel are 5 teens, repurposing some old office chairs salvaged from one of the dilapidated offices on the way in. Near the edge of the circle, the ruins of an old oak bench provide the fuel for the fire, and another bench holds 8 bottles of various cheap wines liberated from the back of some closet of forgotten Christmas gifts. So, as Alice Cooper's school's out, fades comes to a conclusion, we will kick in with our soundtrack, which hopefully isn't too loud. Right.
No,
Okay.
that's good.
So at this point, I think it's we'll take the opportunity for the characters to introduce and describe themselves, and maybe act out a little bit of little bit of banter and back and forth between each other before we proceed any further. So who's going to go first? I'll tell you what, I shall go first with Brian. I'll go first with Brian Hoff, the newest member of the Hoodlums. So Brian's family moved to Worcester just over the past year. He's quite friendly and outgoing, and his interests in Dungeons and Dragons and fantasy have stuck in squarely within the nerd crowd rather than any of the more popular groups. Brian, like yourselves, is a student at Doherty Memorial High School and is a straight A student. He runs the school's Dungeons and Dragons club, and while not one of the cool kids, he has managed to avoid any significant bullying. His parents own a local restaurant called the Copper Kettle, and Brian earns a few extra dollars washing dishes there on the weekends. Another benefit is that the Hoodlums get to play D&D at his house, and his dad always makes the best snacks.
Well, what music does he like?
He is.
He's never actually told us that.
So he's a big Maiden fan.
Ah, he's my sort of guy.
You smelly metalheads.
Ha! You just don't appreciate good music. I'm Lenny Baines. I'm the aesthete in this group who properly appreciates good music. My look modelled on Aussie, but I appreciate a whole load of bands. Quite chatty myself. I get on well with most of this crowd. Although I'm not sure about the goth type music. Every so often it gives me a bit of a headache. I'm not bad on the guitar, although most of my mates would rather me practice in the garage rather than at one of our sessions. So I just do my best. And I play the thief in our D&D group. I'm not sure what Brian's going to play.
And you don't know nothing about music, Lenny. I'm Benji. I'm the goth in the group. And I listen to real music. Industrial music, avant-garde music, bands like Bauhaus and Fields of Nephilim and The Cure. Real music, Lenny. You're a sweaty metalhead, you don't know nothing about music. I'm the goth kid in school. I do get bullied a little bit, but it is what it is. I'm a weird kid and I know I am. My real name's Benjamin, but I hate when people call me that. It's Benji. The guys here in the group, they call me Benjamin when they want to wind me up. I play the mage in our D&D group.
Okay, so Dylan or Steve, whichever you
Yeah, do I go next? I am Steve Olsen. I am cool geek because I like Dungeons and Dragons and history stuff. I am very charismatic and confident, but only with people that are also geeks and losers. So I don't really have any power to be confident with anyone else. My best friends are my set of D&D dice that I think Gary Gergich kissed and gave them to me. We don't know if that's true. And I am the DM for our little group of nerds.
Hey.
Oh, and he secretly likes disco, but he would never admit it. Big old 70s disco collection, but he has not told anyone about this.
What a nice little touch, Martin.
Oh, sorry. By the way, Brian is the cleric in the D&D party.
Okay.
So finally, we've got Dylan Walters.
Yeah, so I'm Dylan Walters, 17, a bit of an accomplished athlete, good swimmer, stuff like that, likes wrestling, and is starting to learn kickboxing. I don't really stick out of the normal. I try to kind of fade into the background. I normally found wearing a black t-shirt, jeans, and a pair of sneakers that are just standard canvas shoes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I'm pretty headstrong when it comes to protecting, and if anyone insults my friends, I get very annoyed. So yeah, and from what I've read, there's I'm very, very influenced by certain things, but we'll probably find that as we play on.
And in the D&D group?
Oh, and in the D&D group, I'm the fighter. So yeah, I'm a kickboxer in real life and a fighter in D&D.
You're playing very well.
Yeah.
You are a great fighter in the D&D campaign. We're very grateful that you play him, Dylan. Saved my ass many times.
Yeah, lets
Sure.
me slip around the back without anybody noticing.
Remember that beholder when it had me frozen? I was blinded, frozen, couldn't do nothing. You got round the back of it with that big two-handed great sword, Dylan. It was a beautiful moment, beautiful moment.
Yeah, I like it better when I batter them with my hands, though. When I get that opportunity, I just go for it and wail on them.
Yeah. Not with the spectres, though.
Bro, that's where I come in. Yeah, you'd have been toast at the last session if it wasn't for me with my turning abilities. I mean, come on. I see some appreciation for the cleric.
Yeah, we wouldn't be anywhere without our cleric, of course. Brian, we're glad you joined. Every group needs a cleric.
Every group
Yep.
needs a decent place to play as well.
Well, yeah. Your dad's house is great.
His cooking's better though.
Oh yeah, your dad's cooking's fantastic. We really have a great group and a great place to play. We're really grateful for you, Brian.
And what was it your dad did again?
Your tasty music sucks, though.
As an accountant, just has a bit of a passion for cooking as well.
Yeah, I suppose it's the kind of weights and measures side of things. You know, getting the proportions right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, whatever you
accountancy and
say,
cooking go
whatever you
hand in
say,
hand,
Lenny.
of course. Lenny. Whatever, dumbass metalhead. No, too much head banging, man. You've got brain damage.
I'll give you brain damage, god boy.
Yeah, I bet you will.
Anyway, what's the scenario tonight, Steve?
I'm working on this new cool character. He's going to be a lich called Vecna, and I invented it.
Oh, neat.
And he's going to have like a weird eye and a hand thing, but I'm just spitballing it. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe it will be cool and people will be interested.
Nice.
We just unleashed Brian on him.
And then
Yes. Time to push you over.
in 31 years in the future, some streamer called Alex Oliver's getting sued by Hasbro. Cheers, Martin.
So, I guess at this point, I'll just interrupt briefly and mention there are a few changes to how this is going to work tonight. So, first of all, everybody has a special ability. So I don't know if you want to, if we go through and just explain what each one is. So what's Benji's special ability?
Benji's special ability is he only takes half sanity loss. from seeing dead things. That's because Benji's a fucked up weird goth who loves to dissect crows and shit.
And what's Lenny's?
Well, if the hoodlums are threatened, Lenny gets a bonus die to any action intended to protect them. You see, it's not just the fighters who protect the party, the metalhead does as well.
What about Dylan? What's Dylan's special ability?
So my special ability is when unarmed, I can grapple an opponent, preventing them to move, and they need to do a strength check to break free.
Cool. And Steve?
Steve's magic ability is he doesn't give a fuck. No, it is... he can persuade people because he's so cool and charming, and it means that they can restore 1d4 sanity to each of the Hoodlums. It's pretty useful for you guys if you get scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think yours... So yeah, but yours is the one. I think yours is the one that it can only be used once.
Yeah. Mine's got a thing on it. I think it says once
to each who. So that's in the entire.
Once to each of us.
Okay, so the other addition is there is a skill that everybody has called peer pressure. So teens are notoriously experts at peer pressure. It's a power that can be used for good or ill, depending on the situation. So in terms of this scenario, one hoodlum can attempt to pressure another into doing something that they might otherwise be a little hesitant to do. So this requires an opposed power check. If the target wins, they resist the pressure, but if they lose, they give in and do what the other person dared them to do, within reason, of course. So doing
who's got,
something.
who's got the lowest power? Because mine's pretty high.
That's maybe why you're the leader, yeah. But yeah, so obviously it wouldn't be they wouldn't agree to do something that's obviously dangerous.
Just a tip.
Yeah. Well. I personally, I think we should stick some Thin Lizzy on tonight. What do you think, Benji? I think it's probably a good idea to introduce you to Thin Lizzy.
You know what I think of Thin Lizzy.
Yeah, I know. And I'm just going to prove you wrong, so let's listen to Thin Lizzy.
Sure.
Opposed power check?
Are we actually doing that? Are you making the goth listen to metal? Right,
I'm
okay.
gonna make you listen to metal
Okay,
tonight.
power check it is. Power check it is. This is fun. First roll's an opposed one. That's how we roll.
Fair
I got
enough.
a 27. That's a
Ooh,
hard,
27, hard success.
Yeah, that's a hard success, yeah.
Well, this I think this is for the good of the group. Yeah. I'm convinced this is for the good of the group.
Are you asking for an assist on your roll?
I think it's
Well, I'm asking the DM for a ruling.
Just want a bonus dice.
I'm not sure how that protects the group. But...
Well, it protects them from listening to goth music.
I will let you have it just for the sake. Oh, you've rolled already. Oh dear.
I beat you anyway.
Well, even with the bonus dice, that wouldn't help.
No, probably not.
Damn, stop listening to garbage all night.
Put my headphones back on and start listening to Bauhaus.
Oh, that's all right. I'll stick the Thin Lizzy on the speakers then.
That was fun.
I won anyway.
No, actually, I'm gonna put Bauhaus on the speakers, so that'll be another opposed roll, David.
You it on your headphones.
No, you can make another opposed roll, Sonny Jim. You want to play that game? Let's play that game. Oh, I got 69 though. Oh no, you won. Okay.
So,
Okay, you listen to Bauhaus on your headphones. We'll have Thin Lizzy on the speakers.
Fair enough.
So while there's a bit of a scuffle over what cassette is going to go into the boombox next, and somebody starts. One of you between who is it? So Lenny and Benji, you will go shuffling through the cardboard box that's full of mixtapes, while the others refill the glasses. Brian gets up, he's like, oh man, I've got to go take a leak, and he heads off towards the designated official toilet, an old sewer drain at the one end of the platform. So a moment later, you hear the shrill screech of metal being dragged across the floor, and then a clang. Then there's a ah! But it's suddenly cut short and followed by this rather unsettling giggling.
Now, does the giggling sound like Brian?
No, it does not. It sounds like a childlike giggling. So, investigating the noise, you find that the heavy cast iron grate that covered the circular drain in the floor has been wrenched out of place and cast aside. You suddenly hear Brian feebly calling for help from the sewer below, followed by a maniacal laugh and the sound of heavy, splashing footsteps running away.
Oh shit. Brian?
Stop dicking around, Brian.
Brian!
Alright, you down there?
Without hesitation, Dylan shouts, "No one messes with the hoodlums," and dives straight into the fucking pit.
Oh,
Okay, so there are some metal rungs. Look a little bit corroded, but pretty solid. You can.
No, it just nosedives down.
Probably advisable to climb down rather than diving down this.
Nah, he said dive down. Let him make his death.
I'm jumping. I'm an Olympic swimmer. I know what's down there. I'm fine.
Okay, well maybe give us a jump roll then. So
You asked for this, Chris.
The rest of you can give me an idea roll,
Okay.
an intelligence roll if you would.
well, it's bloody dark down there. I'm going to go back and get some
Success for me.
lumps of wood from the fire.
So yeah, well this is another thing I shall bring it up in a moment. Okay, so yeah.
Where's the idea?
Intelligence.
Okay.
Intelligence.
Oh, intelligence. My apologies.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Oh wow!
Oh, Chrissy boy.
Bloody hell! Okay, so everybody's made that idea roll. So as Dylan just so kind of like vaults over and drops down and jumps down the down through the manhole, and you hear a splash of him hitting the bottom. So you hit the bottom and roll expertly to absorb the impact. But meanwhile, up on the top, so you hesitate. You hesitate, and maybe not as quick to like descend into into the unknown. Is this sewer, this old sewer? I mean, there's several possibilities cross your mind. The most likely of which is that maybe some of the local bullies are fucking with you all again. So the hoodlums have worked very hard to keep tonight's excursion a secret, but assholes can be, of course, very resourceful when they're committed to tormenting others, such as yourselves. Of course, another possibility is that you could have, this place, this district, this area of the city. There's could be some druggie, somebody out of their head on PCP, maybe drag Brian for some unspeakable purposes. Of course,
Mike, do you think it's those skanks, Luna and Bro? I mean, this sounds like that. This is all over those two.
Yeah, could be. We can. No one fucks with the hoodlums. Let's go get Brian. We can't let someone fuck with Brian. I don't care who it is. I'm being braver than I think my character is here.
Yeah.
So of course
I'll take up the rear.
So you've not actually seen any druggies in the area, but this kind of thing happens all the time. You see it on TV, you hear people talk about it, so it must be true. And then, of course, the third possibility, admittedly least likely, is that Brian is pulling some kind of prank on you.
Yeah.
I think PCP is probably right, because that gives you kind of massive strength, doesn't it? And it take that to kind of rip that manhole cover on. Yeah, so it's probably PCP, but our fighters down in the pit without a light. So I'm going to take some torches back to him.
I'm gonna cast light and pull a lighter out of my pocket.
So yeah, I mean, you've come to this thing, so you will have come equipped.
This isn't a concert, you stupid goth.
So
Puts his
you know,
flowers back in his pocket.
You will have brought some things with you, so it's reasonable to
Have a torch.
assume that you'll have maybe have some kind of torch, and you know anything within reason. I'll let you have brought it with you. Just a few things. Obviously, not brought a full kit bag full of equipment. But yeah, we'll start off with. I imagine everybody has probably got a torch. Anything else on that? If you want to make when it comes to it, if you make a luck roll, and we'll see if you remembered to bring it.
Okay. I'll cast light. Switch on my torch.
Okay. So.
And I'll move the boombox to the end of the platform so that we can hear it and we know which direction to come back.
What this
if
time?
we get lost in the
We
sewer.
know how far away we are as well. It's good thinking, Lenny.
And I like the sound of Thin Lizzy down there. Echoes nicely.
You must have stopped headbanging long enough for your brain to start working for a minute there.
So, Dylan, down. You like pick your get yourself back on your feet, or maybe just literally just roll and stand up. So just expertly. Get a little bit dirty, a little bit wet, but it is pitch black down here. But you can still hear the echoing footsteps splashing away from you down this old sewer tunnel. But they're definitely, like I say, it's pitch black. But whoever it is, you can't see that they've got any sort of light, but you can hear them slowly getting further away.
Come on, guys, get down after Dylan. I'll bring up the rear.
Guys, they're going this way, and I try to use my torch and scurry forward cautiously, not to run into anything, because I've decided not to take a good torch. It's only like one of those wee crappy ones that you got from a McDonald's meal or something. And it's got like a bead of light, so you see barely anything, but I'm trying to be courageous to help Brian and screaming, Brian, where are you?
Come on, Lenny, Steve, get down the ladder.
As your voice echoes down the tunnel, you do hear a faint cry that sounds like Brian, but it's suddenly muffled, almost like it sounds like as if somebody's put put a hand over his mouth.
Shit.
And the sound, like I said, they say it sounds far away. So you're going down the ladder.
I'm waiting for them.
Yeah, I'll take me burning sticks down as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down.
Is that your burning staff, Dave?
Jesus! It don't half smell down here.
Yeah, I think that's Dylan.
Dylan?
Okay.
It's Lenny's armpit.
Steve's always right. I didn't wash after practice.
You have to be careful with these burning sticks too close to your hair, Benji, otherwise it will just go up with all the grease you stick on it.
You are correct, there's a lot of hair. It's about 3.5 cans of hairspray on my top of my head right now. Stay away from me with that burning stick.
I bet you've got a can in your pocket as well, haven't you?
Maybe. Ready to go. I'm making a luck roll. Do I have a can of hairspray and a lighter in my
Good
pocket?
question. Yeah, make a luck roll, yeah.
Alright, let's go.
I would say you probably have a lighter, but let's say you can look.
Aye, I'm a goth. I smoke cigarette after cigarette. Goths love a cigarette.
You've all been smoking.
Yeah, so luck roll.
Luck roll.
This
If
is
you've
for a
got
can of
that,
hairspray.
Can of hairspray. It is for a can of hairspray.
No.
Oh, you must have forgot to pick it up. Left it on the bathroom cabinet.
Yeah, I've got 2.5 cans worth on my head, but
It's that. If you charge somebody with your head down, you could probably impale them on it.
yeah, maybe. But no can of hairspray, unfortunately. That's an improvised weapon I almost had.
Ooh,
I was
yeah,
going to
okay,
say
so-
that would have been the best weapon.
So, the sewer that you find yourselves in reeks of stale water, mould, rust, motor oil, and grease. There's also a faint background odour of sewage and something else, something worse. Smells a bit like
What?
putrid cabbage and sour milk. There's a 2-foot wide channel that runs down the centre of the brick tunnel, leaving 2 3-foot walkways on either side. The rounded walls curve up to the ceiling about 6 feet overhead. The sewer heads off in both directions into utter darkness, too far for any of your pocket flashlights to be able to see more than a short distance. And in a brief moment of silence, you can just hear the distant thwack, thwack of wet footsteps on stone and a high-pitched giggling moving further and further away from you.
Smells like a
You
good
mean
bedroom down here, doesn't it?
the silence between the two tracks from the boombox?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's maybe if you've left that on, that's still just oh, you brought that with you.
No, we've
No,
left it up there.
That's at the entrance,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that it's so we can hear it and we
Yeah.
can make our way back.
Okay.
In case we get lost, that was very clever. Like,
Oh, we're
Smells-
not going to get lost. I just like the sound.
smells like your bedroom down here.
Can I roll for luck to see if the goth's got some lipstick so I can labyrinth the directions so
This
we
is-
can get back?
This is like when we played at Lenny's house and we all had to make constitution checks for the smell.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Well, I'm gonna see if the goth's got some lipstick for us. Okay.
Are you rolling luck to see if I've got lipstick?
Yeah, so I can use it to help us.
No.
No.
You do not. I
No.
have to deduct 1 luck point, right? Don't I, for using
Nope.
that?
No,
No,
no, no,
I
no,
don't.
no, no, no.
Oh, God, I've not played this for ages. Okay, boo, no lipstick.
No lipstick, no hairspray. Wasn't ready for the ladies tonight. I wasn't expecting to be
No.
meeting any ladies down here in the sewer.
Well, I'll ask Dylan which direction he heard the noises in, and we'll head that. I'll lead the party on that way. Scouting ahead like I do.
Okay.
The noises were coming that direction, so we should go that way.
In the direction of the noises, yeah.
Let's go.
So,
Okay.
Lenny, are you like sneaking out up front like the thief of the D&D party style?
No, because I wouldn't be carrying burning sticks if I was.
Yeah.
It's just that they probably throw a better light than those torches of yours that you got from Woolworths.
I'm just hanging at the back with my crappy little torch as well. I've got a bike light, you know, the little thing that you strap onto a bike. I've got one of them.
Fair enough.
Okay. So you can easily make your way down this sewer tunnel. The floor and walls are slick with moisture and slime. So you have to watch your footing a little bit.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I've got really nice
And
boots
watching
on.
for rats as well.
Indeed. So you can definitely hear what you assume to be rats. You hear scuttling in the dark and you hear squeaks, but you never actually see any.
Well, of course not. They're frightened of the fire.
Mm.
That's another reason I brought these.
Well, let's get after Brian, guys. Come on.
Let's go.
Sphinx down here.
Okay, so you head off, and it's not long before you come to a
Brian.
split tunnel. You've left the sound of the music from the boombox has faded behind you, and
damn.
like that, you find yourself the tunnel splits off to the left and right.
Oh well, in that case, look for footprints.
Okay, so
Should show up in this slime.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look
can-
around for footprints as well.
Okay, so you can make a spot hidden roll if you wanna check around, or you can make a listen roll, perhaps.
I'll try a listen roll.
I'll do spot hidden then. You do listen. I got a hard success on the spot hidden.
Okay, so
No.
oh wow. Okay, so
All's quiet.
so
You have got tinnitus.
so
Oh no, I got the listen one.
yes, you did. Did Benji make a listen roll? Was
I know.
Benji making a listen roll?
I did spot hidden and got a.
Oh, spot. Yeah, sorry,
I
spot.
got a hard success.
Yep, that's fine. Okay, so Steve, you think it's a little bit hard. I mean, this like slightly sound is just echoing back and forth up down these tunnels, but you think you detect a faint giggling sound coming from the left tunnel, and Ben, you see not footprints as such, but like scuffs marks, like somebody.
Like a drag.
Maybe somebody being dragged along. But Lenny, you clearly hear Ben. Is it Ben? Got his name already.
Brian.
You clearly hear Brian off down the right-hand tunnel.
Okay. It's this way, guys.
Like,
So
no,
we can get
it's not.
I'm not sure, Lenny. Look here, and I'll show you the. Look, someone's been dragged, or something's been moved or dragged along this way. Look. Are you sure?
Maybe, but I heard Brian down there.
Ah, you've got tinnitus, mate. So it's that heavy metal music.
No.
Honestly, look at these. Look here. This is like track. Someone's going this way. Look, boys.
No. He's definitely down that route. I definitely heard him.
I think this is an opposed.
Positive.
Is this an opposed power roll for? Is this peer pressure? Is this peer pressure? Is it? Or do I just have to?
Well, no. Well, it's up to you. Maybe a peer pressure. Yeah, if who's applying the pressure to who?
Well, I'm trying to convince the guys that it's this way because I've seen tracks, and he's trying to convince the guys that it's that way because he's heard a noise.
Uh-huh.
Well, I listen, so I would agree with the goth anyway. So yeah.
Okay. So
I'll try and persuade both of them.
Since Steve is agreeing with you, you can have a bonus dice on your peer pressure roll,
Right, okay.
Benji.
Power with a bonus dice.
So it's not a passive opposed roll, so you can make a check as well, of course, Lenny.
So this is an opposed roll, yes?
Opposed
Yes.
roll, and I've failed it by 2. I could use 2 luck points to get a success.
You can push up or spend luck, of course. Yeah.
I'm gonna spend 2 luck and make it a success.
Oh.
52.
52.
So we both got a success.
Yeah. So, who's got the better check? Lenny's got a better check. So Lenny's not listening. He's convinced
No.
it's.
I'm convinced it's down there.
I've convinced Steve though. I just need to convince Dylan. Where's Dylan? There he is.
Dylan will go wherever you guys want to go. Scott, what do you want to do?
Steve, you mean?
Well,
Don't
look,
have a
we'd
Scott.
be better,
Steve, yeah.
we'd be better,
Sorry.
better sticking together rather than splitting up. So let's all go down and check out the noise first, and then if he's not there, we can come back and check the other tunnel.
He could be dead by that time. Steve, you're the one that's the leader. What do we need to do?
Steve, honestly, look, this is a drag
I
mark.
think- I think we should go this way because I can hear something and you can see there's some tracks. So the
Yeah, Steve,
evidence
this
is
way.
like,
Yeah, Steve, that is this way. Right.
I mean,
I'm sticking with Steve.
I'm gonna trust
mean-
Mr. Tinnitus. Is his hearing or my eyesight? Come on.
like Lenny, I'm gonna like level 1 your rogue character in the next game if you don't come with us.
That's
Trust me,
not
Lenny.
fair.
Please trust. Trust me, Lenny. Trust me. Your hearing's a mess because of that heavy metal crap, mate. It's this way. It's this way.
Well, if Brian gets done over by some PCP merchant because we went your way, then you owe me a magic item.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair.
Yeah. If he dies, I'll give you a magic item.
I
Okay.
didn't say anything about him dying. If he gets done over by a PCP merchant, beaten up.
Oh no, he's got to be dead. I'll be dead. You no magic
Why do you
item
want
for
him
you.
to die? God!
Real life, man. Real life.
I thought your D&D games were bad.
I know. I thought your D&D games were harsh. Good job he's not heard
All right,
about that new game that just came out. Called
All right. Well,
Call of something.
I will follow these three, but I'm staying at the back because I'm damn sure that he's behind us, and I'm going to keep an eye out for whatever's creeping up behind us, having kind of beaten him up.
Okay. Excuse me.
So one of you three can lead if you're so sure he's down there.
All right then.
I've-
What do you think, Steve?
I think we should make Dylan go because he is a fighter, and fighters like to go first.
Go on then, trap
Lead the
trigger.
way.
So what? Dylan's
Why
going at the
don't
front
I
of
see you're so confident?
I vote Dylan to go first because he can kick people.
Yeah, Dylan, just in case you go out in front, man.
All you can do is threaten people with your D&D game.
I've got your back.
I'll go second, and then if there are any D&D players there, I'll take them on D&D style.
And I'm at the back
Get your
because I'm
dice
still
out.
convinced that they're behind us.
I'm at the back smoking a cigarette.
No, you're in front of me so I can keep an eye on you.
All right.
I'm gonna be whispered into Dylan's head, just like be sneaky, okay? Pretend you're like multi-classed into a rogue, like just rogue it up, okay?
Whatever you say, Steve.
You're the leader.
Rogue it up.
Okay, so you carry on after resolving that that conflict, and you carry on, and you eventually come to another branch in the tunnel. Well, not actually a branch, but there's two smaller tunnels, maybe only about 4 feet in height, and there's filthy, foul-smelling grey water running out of either of both of them. One on either side, on opposite sides of this main sewer tunnel. So
We've got to go through that water? Yep.
you can step on. It's a small kind of trickle as it runs. It runs out these side tunnels and across the path into the main channel that runs down the centre. Oh wow!
I'm just going to do a spot hidden and a listen, stop and look and listen around. So I got a extreme success on the spot hidden and nothing on the listen.
Okay. So you can't hear. Maybe from for the sound of Lenny going on about
Grumbling.
this grumbling about this other tunnel behind where he's walking up behind you. But then your pocket light, your pocket torch, your light picks glimpse off of something just a like maybe 10-15 feet further past these side tunnels.
There's something there, something reflected in the light. That way, Dylan, look.
I'm gonna look that direction and keep moving that way.
Okay, so as you edge forward, you can see something metallic laid on the side of the path, almost in the water, right on the edge of the water channel. As you get closer, you see it's Brian's Zippo lighter.
Oh.
So
Do I
whether
see
he,
that because I'm the
Yeah.
first person?
yeah, you see, as you're moving up, you see, you're looking out for this thing that this whatever it is that's reflecting the light, and you see this. Yeah, it's Brian's Zippo lighter. So whether he's dropped it on purpose or it's just chance that that it's fallen from his pocket, you don't know. But it's a clear sign that whoever took him this way.
Well, there's your magic item, guys. Who wants to die for it?
Glad we didn't listen to you, Benji. Oh God.
What do you mean this is the way that I said?
Um,
Lenny.
I'm reading the wrong character. All right, leave me alone. Everyone's stacked on top of each other.
There were probably two of them, and one of them's just dropped it this way to mislead us. They're still back the other way, I tell you.
There's two Zippo letters that say Benji is the coolest. All right, sweet, no worries. Right, we need to find him. He's definitely in trouble. At that point, I'm gonna start shouting for him and seeing if I can hear anything come back in return.
You wouldn't spot my Zippo lighter if I lost it because it's pure matte black. It's covered in nail polish.
Give me a luck roll then Dylan.
Luck, okay. Get rolled. Oh, one off.
Okay, so you think you think you hear something in response. You can't quite make out. Sounds a little high pitched, but you definitely heard something in response to your calls further down this tunnel.
I heard something further down the tunnel, guys. I think we need to keep going.
Probably more water splashing into the tunnel.
Yeah, you lead on, Dylan. We need to find Brian, man. Anything could have happened. There was some fucked up junkie could have him. Doing God knows what.
Yeah, down the other tunnel.
Go, Dylan. We're right behind you, man.
I'm moving. By the way, Foundry kicked me out and I can't get back in.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it says
Yeah, right. I've just got kicked out as well. That's why I'm having to log back in, yeah.
Normal services resumed.
Hey.
So you continue perhaps a little more cautiously along this tunnel, and you can, Dylan, you can hear this occasional skitter and patter of little feet somewhere just ahead of you, always outside the range of your flashlight, but it's always there, this skittering, pattering of tiny little feet.
I don't know about you guys, but when you were growing up, did anyone ever tell you about like the rat people who live in the sewers? Because I'm really scared of the rat people, but I really hope that Brian hasn't been stolen by the rat people. That would be really bad. But
Didn't you already go to therapy for the weird stories that your crazy Uncle Jack used to tell you?
It wasn't just the weird stories, but let's change the subject on that. So
You're the worst.
I'm the worst. But I can hear these little skittering noises, and like it would make sense that it could be the rat people. So like,
or rats,
guys-
Dylan. Or rats. It's the sewer. Could just be rats.
I
Could be
know
rat
it-
and people, like not combined, like separate.
I mean, this isn't D&D. We're not expecting were rat, Dylan. Rat, I think, mate. Were rats are not real.
well, I trust what Steve says.
Have you been reading the Monster Manual before you go to sleep again?
Okay, so can I have that back, please? Like, all my books keep coming back sticky. Like, when you're looking at, like, dryads and shit. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Why can I not
I'm
open the
sorry.
succubus page?
But yeah, back to the matter at hand. Let's rescue Brian and
Absolutely.
get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I never want to play D&D at Lenny's house again. Let's rescue Brian. Come on.
Okay, so moving forward, like I said, this you can still constantly hear this. Well, not constantly, but every so often this like I said, this skittering, pattering noise comes back to Dylan. Nobody else can, maybe nobody else here can hear it. But you notice maybe that Dylan's pace has slowed and he's edging forward more cautiously, till you round a bend in the tunnel, and the tunnel opens up into an even bigger tunnel. Must be about 20 feet across. There's a small, narrow sort of pathway, about 2 feet wide, on the it's on the same side, so you're able to like step out onto it. But instead of just of like a sewer tunnel, it almost looks like a river.
An underground river.
Yeah, it's a dark, really kind of dark, black, murky water, and there's like scum, a thick layer of scum laying on top of it, and you can't see any obvious direction to the flow of water. But you can all make a history roll.
A history roll? Ooh. I've got 5 in history. Never went to that class. Used to just skive that one, smoke cigarettes. 69 for Lenny. Fail for me.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Steve
Steve.
the Boffin.
Steve likes history.
Steve's been doing his reading.
He'll probably tell us that this is the sewer from your estate from when you wash your hair, Benji.
Yeah,
Hence
yeah,
the
yeah.
smell.
It's connected to my house up there. This is all the waste from my hair products. That's why it's so black.
One second.
No worries.
Well, while we're thinking, I also know some information. Like, guys, I didn't think this was relevant, but I like local news and shit.
Yeah?
Quite a few people have been going missing recently from like school. Don't know if this could be connected with, Brian.
Well,
You think Brian's been kind of kidnapping them?
I think
Now I do. Like, definitely Brian.
I never thought
Me
Brian. You think Brian's been kidnapped? Abducted?
Well, at first I thought it was kidnapped. Now I think he might be kidnapping people. I mean, as a DM,
Well, his family only arrived recently.
yeah, and statistically, clerics have got the highest chance of being serial killers. Apparently,
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. If it's like some weird sacred thing.
He told me he liked porridge rather than cornflakes.
There's a lot of breadcrumbs for the serial killer.
So you've all heard of the disappearance, and like the two most recent ones were 2 kids from your high school, Kelly Martinez and Greg Morse.
What kind of age were they? Our age or?
So Greg, he wasn't part of your gang, but he kind of a little bit. He was a bit of a nerd, member of the chess club.
Okay. So one or two of us probably knew him.
And Lenny, you probably knew him a little bit more than that because he was into his heavy metal music, big Judas Priest fan.
Well,
Into his music, into his horror films. And maybe, in fact, Benji, you maybe came across him on occasion as well, because he had a quite a penchant for hanging around in cemeteries.
Oh, I definitely maybe knew him then. I love to hang out at cemeteries. My favourite place to hang out.
But as for Kelly Martinez, you only knew her by name and by recognise her in the corridors. She was kind of a pretty typical student. Neither one of the cool kids, but certainly not one of the nerds either.
Not nerdy enough that any of us would have talked to her.
No, definitely no talk to her. She wasn't one of the cool kids, but she was still way cooler than the rest of you.
Still out of our league. Fair. Well, I hope Dylan. No, Dylan surely is just playing a prank on us or something, guys. Dylan's going to be okay. Come on, let's catch up with him. Sure, everything's fine. I'm sure he's just playing a prank.
So, oh yes.
Not Dylan, sorry, Brian.
Well, which direction of the can you hear this odd noise that you said that you heard? Because if this is a T junction, then I think you just confuse us even more.
Yeah, what direction you hearing it from, Dylan?
This is sputtering. It's just like just beyond our lights. Every time I hold the torch, it like just seems to get further away. I
So
can't
keep
really
going this way.
tell exactly where it is.
So it's both ways up or down the river then.
Yeah, if I turn this way, I can hear it. If I turn that way, I can hear it. It seems to be like all around us.
It does indeed. It does seem this sort of skittering pattern noise does seem to come from both directions. Now that you're on the just on the edge of this opening into well, like I said, what looks like a river. And Steve, you know what this is. You remember reading about this in local history. This is this must be the Blackstone Canal. It was like a canal that ran through Worcester, connected the city to Providence originally. But it fell out of use and the canal was closed and all commercial traffic stopped. It must have been what, back in 1840, 1848, something like that. Well, in fact, you got such a good roll. It's definitely 1848. You remember it clearly. That the exact date.
I'm gonna repeat this to everyone and see how wowed they are by my exact dates.
I am amazingly wowed. Now let's see if Oliver's got his American geography right. So we're in Massachusetts, and then that canal would have been the canal across to another state. Then, if it's to Providence,
So
because Providence is Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Which is another state. So that's a canal
Yeah.
between two states, Massachusetts and Rhode Island.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
right in Lovecraft country, yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, the canal was closed in 1848, and all commercial traffic stopped. And it sat disused for maybe another 40 years, till eventually, as the city was redeveloped, and old buildings were knocked down, new districts established, the canal was covered over, was completely sealed up.
Well, that's all very interesting, but it doesn't find us Brian.
Doesn't appear very sealed up
Yeah,
right
but
now.
you guys need to appreciate local history more. I mean, it's kind of romantic if you were taking someone on a date.
No, you're right, Steve. I agree.
Bringing anybody on a date down here.
I mean, if some of us have BO problems, this might be an excuse to get away with it. Anyway, I think we should.
I mean, granted, the acoustics here would be great for my electric guitar.
If you knew how to play
So-
some real music, yeah.
So Steve, you also know that eventually, I mean, it must, if it's still accessible, eventually, the Blackstone Canal emptied out into the Blackstone River but all the way over by Providence.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm just like
But
maybe.
what was the other way? Where was the other end?
So that was just the start of the canal. So eventually it basically connected Worcester with the Blackstone River at Providence.
Yeah, that's one end.
Yeah, but that's
But
it.
the other end.
The other end is Worcester. That's it. It was a dead end. It was like
Worcester, this town.
for commercial traffic to move back and forth between Worcester and Providence.
Well, in that case, the sensible thing would be to go the other way, back towards Worcester, because that will be a dead end. And if you're right, we'll have them trapped.
I think we keep going the same way.
If they went the other way, then we'd be chasing them all the way to Providence, and my dad won't be too happy if I kind of ring him from there and say, Dad, can you pick me up?
Yeah. We don't want to end up in another state. That's a good point.
So I suggest we head up
Go
the way
this way
towards
first.
the dead end, up towards Worcester.
Because it's a shorter thing to check, yeah. What do you think,
Yeah.
Steve, Dylan?
Ooh, I mean, those the only two routes.
I'll do whatever
So-
Steve wants us to do.
So,
Yeah, you will. You're a good little paladin boy. I'm gonna get.
Can I do a wee spot hidden and see if I can find any kind of tracks or anything again?
you can, yeah.
Nah, not finding anything with that.
So Dylan, you while the rest of them are bickering behind you, you're still kind of at the front, more out into. You're actually in the edge, on the edge of this old canal, while the others are still back in essentially a little bit further back behind you, still in the sewer tunnel. And you can hear, every so often, like I say, you can hear this skittering, this pattering noise, and then you see something white, maybe about 10 feet, just on the edge of your on the edge of your light, the range of your pocket light. Something white and furry, and then you see another one, and then another, and these rather large, bloated albino rats with eyes eye sockets that have just grown over. You can see they're like where their eyes have been, but the fur and the skin have just grown over them. But that's not the worst of it. You can see dozens. You can now see dozens of these bloated, rat-like things that don't seem scared of your pocket of your light from your flashlight. And as they come into more into view, you can see they've got way too many legs for a normal rat, and mouths and teeth erupt from the sides of the body. And as they come forward, as they coming close, you can see there's not dozens. There's not a dozen. There's dozens of them, and you can see more of them spilling out of cracks and holes in the rotted brick walls.
Guys, we don't have time for this conversation. The rat people are here. Run! And I just immediately dart in the opposite direction.
Okay. Can you make me a dex roll?
Dex,
I was waiting for the sanity roll.
Yes, it will be a sanity
That was one there might be. Oh,
Okay,
nice,
yes,
nice.
Look, it's fast on his feet. But you can give me a sanity roll as well. So this goes. This brings up another rule that I've mentioned. So because you are still, you're still young kids. Oh, look at that! Boom.
Boom.
Because you're still young kids and you're quite innocent, and you're to a certain degree you're hardened to life through your innocence, but also through your love of horror movies and heavy metal music and role playing games and things. So when you make a sanity roll, at least until I tell you otherwise, you can make your sanity roll with a bonus dice. So-
should I worry about the no, I won't worry about it then.
No,
you
so
passed.
you pass there. You pass anyway. Hard success is your sanity roll, so you lose no sanity. But yeah, so Dylan turns and like just goes running past to the to the right, shouting about rat people.
Well, because I think he's crazy with rat people, and that it's just rats that I'm expecting to come in, I'm not going to turn around and follow them. I'm waiting to see them come in.
Well, hang on a second. It's a T-junction, yes?
Yes.
Did Dylan see these rats to the left on the river?
Yeah. So to the
So
the
he's
Dylan
now
left.
running to the right on the river.
Yeah. So as you're facing this T junction, he's gone to the right, from the left. Yes.
Yes. Okay. As a matter of interest, is that towards Providence or back towards Worcester?
Oh, you don't know. You could attempt a navigate roll, but it will be with a penalty dice because you're underground.
Not only that, but the rat people are coming to get you. Just saying.
There actually is some mad rat people as well. I was doubting them. No, I feel like a dick.
Well, I think Dylan probably kind of sniffed some foul smells off that ooze ahead and
Maybe got,
sent him doolally.
maybe got too close to your armpit.
Well, at the present moment, I'm at the back down the side thing, so I don't know what the hell's going on. I've just heard Dylan yell something and recede rapidly to the right.
Yes. So what's the rest
Steve,
of you
what the
doing?
hell's going on?
Well, I'm just waiting to see these rat people that Dylan was talking about.
I'm gonna run after Dylan because I'd feel bad that he's like scared and shit. So I guess I'll run after him if the other two are staying there.
Okay, so as you come out, you emerge from this from the sewer tunnel onto the side of the old canal proper. You see movement off to your left, and looking, you can see this carpet of these white albino bloated rats. There must be almost a foot long, each one of them.
Okay, now.
Like I said, they're covered in sores and like pustules coming out of the that's like breaks the surface of the skin, and you can see like it's all deformed. There's like teeth coming out of these like these tumors on the side, and
Ugh.
they've got too many legs. Like so they've got like most of them have got like at least one extra sort of malformed leg that they kind of drags along behind them.
Okay, now that I've
We're
seen
gonna
them,
like scream
roll
out,
for Saturday.
"We're rats!" and run.
We're rats.
We're rats.
We're rats.
Run.
It's fucking we're rats. I got an extreme success on my sanity, so I'm good.
Okay, so that's no sanity loss. So we need a sanity roll for Steve. And probably Lenny, as you probably see as they like start to run, you see these rats come into view at the end of the tunnel. So no loss for Steve.
So is it an extra roll, extra dice?
Yeah, you
you've got,
get bonus.
You've got a bonus. There's a wee
dice.
slider on the thing.
Yep.
So you get bonus dice on your sanity roll until I tell you otherwise. So yeah, you all make it. So nobody
blown
loses
it.
any points. Nobody loses any points of sanity. And is Lenny? Are you following after the others?
Well, I'm going to get to the end, and I'm going to attempt to intimidate them with my burning torches, because I
Okay.
personally think this is just some sort of kind of gas off the canal.
Lenny the
So,
hero.
I'm
making
go-
everybody hallucinate. Okay. Give me a power
I'm-
roll. Give me a power roll.
Okay.
I'll
Do
be-
I
I'll
get
be-
an extra a bonus
stay
dice
here.
on this?
You will get a bonus dice because you are. It is an action that is attempting to protect the party. Yes, you will.
Okay. I'm going to try and kind of get rid of them.
Okay.
You know, I'm frightening them off.
So yeah. So as the others retreat down along the walkway of the canal, you stand there brandishing this burning this burning brand from the fire, which is it's starting to burn down. There's not much left of it, to be honest. You must have been down here a good half an hour, and it's only a piece of wood, not not like a proper torch in your D&D games where it's got oil and
Yeah, I know,
but yeah, you
Ian wouldn't give us a proper one.
these these rat things, they sort of hesitate and they back off and hiss and spit at you. Some of them
Guys, I yell after the others. I'm kind of fighting them off. I'm pushing them away. You can come back.
So some of them are
Guys?
like jump off into the water as well. You can hear the sound of them plopping into the water. But most, although they stop advancing, they stand the ground and just like hissing and spitting at you.
I will hold the opening to kind of so there's somewhere for the others. Guys, you can come back. Guys.
So yeah, it looks like they've gone. In fact, you can look glancing over your shoulder. You can see their the beams from their torches like disappearing further and further down the canal.
For goodness sake! Okay,
Lenny,
I
come
will run
on!
after them. I will run after them. Stupid idiots.
Come on, Lenny.
Okay.
Butter, grumble, grumble.
1 second. Right, just bear with me a second. I need to rearrange this marching order. So do that, and then that, and then that.
What are you up to, Sneaky?
Right, so as you're running down this narrow walkway along the side of the canal, Dylan, of course you're at the front. You see a door on the opposite side of the canal, a metal door set into the wall, into the brick walls of the canal, and you're not sure, but you think for a moment you see a flicker of light from underneath, from the through the gap underneath it.
Ooh.
Okay. Guys, there's a door here. We go to the door.
A door?
And there's a door on the other side of the water.
Ignore it. Bleeding canal's full of scum.
I think I could jump over and have a look if you wanted.
20 feet? Are you mad?
I don't know. Like, I'm pretty good at sport, and if I don't make it, I'm a pretty good swimmer. I'm not scared. And
Oh, be careful, Dylan.
Brian's in trouble.
Brian is in trouble.
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
careful, man.
And there's no way Brian could have jumped over there.
But maybe the rat people have a boat and they've taken him there.
Like a little diddy boat, just to casually.
There's no boats. Just keep going.
I don't know. I just really want to find out.
Can you not? I don't know. Is there like a? Could we make like a rope system in case you fall in with like shirts and stuff?
Oh,
Just worried you're gonna die.
You can make a luck roll, Steve. See if you thought to bring a bit of rope with you.
Let's see.
Dylan, some of those rats jumped into the canal. Keep going. I'm trying to persuade Dylan to keep going. That there's rats in the water. All right.
Okay, that'd be a peer
Oh,
pressure
you're doing
roll,
the peer
I guess.
pressure roll.
Oh my word!
Oh, ho, ho.
Oh, that's Steve. That's
Oh, that's
Steve's
Steve's
luck. So
luck.
You have brought a coil. Maybe it's not. It's not 50 foot of rope, but it's maybe 10 foot of rope, or maybe it's a bit of washing line.
Spend one luck
Okay,
to
well,
make it a
just something
success,
to-
Dave.
just to get him to. Yeah, I think we should use the rope on him, and then you can You can jump, and then if it's bad, we can throw you the rope or
If you
some shit.
if you want a chance of
Tying
convincing
the
him
rope
not to
around my
go,
waist.
Okay.
if you want a chance of convincing him not to go, Dave, you need to spend 1 luck and make that a success so that he can roll against it. Otherwise, he's got no chance. If you click on the actual
What, do I have to-
61, it'll give you an option to press to use 1 luck.
I didn't expect it to actually work.
So you can just leave it. You don't have to push
No,
it.
no.
Yeah,
no,
I'm just saying.
I was just trying to persuade. I was just trying to dissuade him from trying to jump across the canal.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
just saying only 1 luck and you've got a chance.
It wouldn't work because Steve believes in me. That's why he's giving me the rope to tie
Yeah.
around my waist. And
Yeah.
I trust Steve. So I'm
You're gonna
gonna
hold the end of the rope and hope that you don't die.
I'm jumping across that water.
No, you're not.
Okay. Okay.
You better
So
spend
you-
some luck,
yeah.
son.
So don't yeah, you don't
Oh,
need to
for
spend any
fuck's sake.
You don't need to spend any luck. So you have very little. You have very little run up. You're pretty much just doing a standing jump. Maybe you get opposite. Let's be kind. Let's say you get opposite because there's like this platform. Yep. There's this platform here in front of the door. So it's slightly narrow by maybe a couple of feet. But yeah, standing jump. And you attempt to jump across, and kind of just slip your footing slips, and you kind of stumble. And give me a dex roll to see if you are gonna go head first or feet first. Okay, so you
Feet first. at
you know,
least.
windmilling your arms. Somehow you manage to stay upright, and you land with a splash in the canal. And although although the floor of the canal is like thick with sludge and slime, and your feet slip and slide, and you almost lose your footing, it's only actually a couple of feet deep.
Oh. Ain't that lucky that I didn't land on my head, guys, or decide to jump into the water. Come on, guys, it's totally fine. And as I wade my way through the water, I'm pulling the rope that the guys have so that, you know, if any of them are that scared, they can decide to tightrope across.
Yeah, that'll be...
Oh yeah, sure.
On the watching line.
Hanging on it like this. See what happens when you listen at the door first.
Can I make it to the other side successfully without any trouble?
Easily. In fact, as you get closer to the door, you can see that there's a series of steps that lead up to this platform in front of the door. And there's, like I said, there's this metal door. It looks quite old, but also at the same time it looks quite well maintained as well. And it's ever so slightly jarred. It's maybe open, not being pulled, not being fully closed, and maybe open about an inch.
Dylan, it's probably a trap.
Careful, Dylan.
Steve, tell him it's probably a trap. Be careful.
It might be a mimic, so just check it's not a mimic, okay?
How's a mimic?
Might try and eat. It might eat
dear.
you.
I trust you, Steve. I think I should maybe wait for you guys to come across here since we don't have any other way.
Are we coming
But Steve,
across?
if you would like to stand at the other side, I bet that the other two couldn't tightrope across like their characters would.
Oh, is this a peer
You
pressure
could
roll?
you peer pressure in
This is
there.
a peer pressure in
very
them.
good.
Are you joking? I'm the mage. I've got 1d4 hit points. Off a fall, aye.
Give us a
I'll-
power.
Are you trying to peer
Give us a
pressure
power
me
roll
into trying to
then, Dylan.
tightrope walk across that? My
Yep, yep.
days.
Yeah.
On a washing line.
Yep.
Ooh, Dylan rolls a hard success. So back
Shit.
to you.
So I'm being peer pressured into trying to do the tightrope walk.
Yeah, I'm not. Ooh, I think I think that's gonna have to be a require. That's going to be a dex roll, but you're going to require an extreme success to pull that
Aye.
off.
Okay.
So you need a 5th. Because that is, I mean, it's next to impossible. But yeah, so stupidly you attempt. Oh,
Splash.
wow! So yeah, stupidly you attempted. Maybe for a brief moment, you think you've managed to balance on this like washing line or whatever it is. This like flimsy piece of rope you've got, that's been pulled tight, but. It's not being secure. I don't think anybody secured it anyway. So as soon as you put any weight on it, the rope just gives beneath you, and you just go. You just fall face first into the this filthy water.
Can I try and grab him? Because I'm guessing he's falling straight in, right? He's not like far out.
Oh,
You could try and grab him.
You could try and grab him. Give us a dex check then, I guess.
Nice.
Okay.
Cheers, Martin. Might save me from a face full of shit here.
Oh, so you go and grab the back and yeet him back in as he.
No, I'm grabbing his hair. I'm grabbing his thick hair. I want to keep his full Gotham makeup on. The rest of him destroyed, but his hair and face are perfect.
Yeah, impale your hand on his hair.
So my clothes and stuff are disgusting, but you saved my makeup and my hair. Bravo,
Yeah.
Steve. Thank you so much. But now you can't get your hand off my head. Now it's attached like Gorilla Glue.
So let's move everybody over. So everybody, assume that everybody's over here now. Then. Okay, so what are you doing?
Well, I fell in, so I'm going to come across to Dylan.
Okay, so you're going to slog across. So you
Yeah.
get okay, so let's shoot you across there.
While he's coming across, I'm gonna listen through the door.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
You hear anything, Dylan?
nothing. You hear nothing, but you do detect a faint some faint airflow. Not a breeze, but there's definitely some air flowing out of this area beyond the door. Just very faintly.
Also had to listen at the door and failed to hear anything.
So, Benji, I know I might have got you dirty, but I got you here at the end of the day. You got my back when I try to go through this door.
I've got yeah. Listen, man, I still don't smell as bad as Lenny. It could be worse. Yeah, I've got your back, man. I trust you. I've got you, man.
So,
Anything for the hoodlums, man. Hoodlums together.
Forgetting that I've been told by Steve to remain sneaky and quiet, I shout, "Anything for the hoodlums!" echoes throughout the entirety of the cavern. And I go back to being quiet and try to creep open the door.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll then, if you're trying to carefully, quietly open this door. I mean, it might be well oiled and quiet anyway, but who knows?
Right. So stealth begins with an S, and it's not there. Oh yes, I need to scroll across. Okay. Stealth. There we are. Roll. Yeah.
Okay. So you push on the door. Maybe a little bit faster and firmer than you intended, but like I said, the door seems to be well maintained, and it just with a slight click and maybe a faint creak, it opens pretty much without much of a sound at all. And beyond the door, you can see some more steps leading down and through down to an open archway. This passageway. So this passageway is constructed of stone and brick. And like I say, you can feel this. I mean, it's not to the point that it's blowing your hair or blowing clothes, but you can sense this definite, faint flow of air coming through here.
Is it like fresh air?
90
Because
mile
if it's
per
really
hour wind would
smelly
remove
and
my
it's
hair.
like
It
a little
does.
bit of a breeze, it'll smell fresh, no?
Yeah. So it smells. It smells fresher. Yeah. So maybe not like fresh air, but but yes.
Guys,
More sweeter smelling than the smell of the canal, the air in the canal. So you
guys,
can see there's quite as beneath that, almost strong that. So you can smell this like fresh movement of air, but it's almost overpowered by the this damp stench of mildew, and you can see there's mold growing in the across the down along the in the corners and up the walls, and the floor is covered in antique floral pattern tiles. I mean, there's an odd crack to them here and there, and maybe there's maybe a piece missing or a tile missing, but they're surprisingly in good shape and clean.
So, again, forgetting that I'm in a tunnel, I'm going to whisper shout across, guys, we could hide in here from the rat people. Come over.
let's see if you can do that tightrope walk then, Lenny.
Is this
Errol.
another peer pressure roll.
Let's
is
see
it?
if you can do it. Aye, it's a peer pressure roll. You better believe
No
it.
way, I'm not trying that.
You are.
And I thought you were a thief.
You're the rogue. And you've got a hard success to beat.
You need to beat a hard success.
Ooh.
Or if you got a hard success, you need to have better power than 55. No.
You are tightrope walking as well, my friend.
So yeah, you're goaded into doing it. So yes, you will require an extreme dex roll to somehow pull that off, which is next to impossible.
Flash.
Yeah.
Splash.
So,
Can I try and grab this one as well?
You can,
I guess
you
I'm not
can.
prepared for it this time.
Yeah, so give us a you can, in fact, yeah, of course you will be. So give you can do that dex check with bonus dice because yeah, you're expecting it. I mean, nobody can possibly tight rope across that across there on this flimsy bit of rope.
So I can add one, but okay.
You can.
Let's see, did it do it?
Boom!
Oh, what
Oh,
a
yeah.
rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like fishing you guys out.
Grab him
You
and pull him back before
Grab me
even.
even before I fell in. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
thanks, Steve.
It would have came out cleaner if you just let him fall in.
I mean, it's the 80s. He can smell how he wants to smell.
Guys, look at this. There's a door here. Through the door, there's some stairs. Look.
Yeah, but the stairs down.
Only a
We
short
want to go
distance.
up.
It's only a
Ryan.
short, just like a short flight of steps. Could maybe go down just a few feet.
Guys, we need to find Brian.
I look back down the corridor. What's happened with these rat things?
So you can you can see some of them sort of grouping just on the edge of the light, the range of your light. Every so often, when you turn away, they creep a little bit forward, but they're a bit further forward. But then when you turn back, they stop or perhaps back off slightly.
I threaten them with Aussie.
Gonna bite one of their heads off.
Ah, I shall. I shall. How deep's this stuff?
It's about a couple of feet deep.
I climb down and walk across to Dylan.
Okay.
I just imagine Paranoid as your
What's down
soundtrack
there?
whenever you move.
I shall attempt to slink down like the thief that I am in my own mind.
Okay, give us a stealth roll then. You heading down there. I'll move the.
Yeah, you're a rogue, man. Let's do it.
Maybe not.
This stealth in real life's rubbish.
Okay, yeah, maybe you trip and stumble and like give a shout as you catch yourself on the wall, stop yourself from falling. As you make your way, you make down these steps and you come to this like antechamber, where there's another set of steps leading down. Probably to taking you to the point that must take you slightly below the water level of the canal. Or the bottom of the canal, in fact. And you can see there is, to the either side, there are these rusted metal grates. Then beyond that, like I said, this slight depression here, and then on the other side, there's more steps leading back up to another door, a wooden door this time.
As soon as they stealth failed, I'm following them
doesn't go
down.
anywhere here, lads. I think we ought to carry on down the main canal.
I'm following them down, Dave. Phil, sorry. I want to go and check
Okay.
it out.
You're on the other side of the canal.
No, I'm on this side.
I'm coming back up and kind of blocking you. It's some sort of trap chamber. And I will try and kind of persuade them that we should go down the other side of the canal. It's for your own good. It doesn't look safe down there.
Are you peer pressuring me again?
Yep, I'm peer pressuring you. again.
Post power rules. This is fun. Shout out to the scenario writer for this little mechanic. This is good fun.
Oh, so
Both regular
success.
difficulties.
Oh, both regular. So it's the person. Oh god. So it's the person with the highest skill. So that's Lenny.
Okay. I
Shaking
kind
between me.
of persuade you to push up.
Okay.
So yeah. So Lenny. So Dylan, you see Lenny like pushing Benji back
Benji
up.
It looks like some sort of trap down there, and I know what they look like. So
So I don't get
Steve,
past.
Steve, meanwhile, you're the only one left on this walkway, and you can hear the sounds of these rat things, and casting your torch either way, you can see they're coming from both sides now, popping out like
great.
flopping out of holes in the walls. And in both directions, it's like you can see like a carpet of these things, to the point that there's so many of them. They're just like clambering over each other. And as you turn around and look the other way, they're like back off, and then you look round and they're edging that little bit closer every time.
Yeah, I'm gonna swim over with the rope back to the other side.
Okay.
you're swimming over a 2 foot deep.
He's going for a swim in the shit. It's only 2 feet, but he's going.
I didn't know it was 2 foot deep. I thought
2
it was
feet
like,
deep, and Steve's doing the breaststroke.
Yeah, you see
You
them
saw
all.
both of us walk across.
His
Yeah,
knees
all
are brushing
three of
off
them
the
have
floor.
waded-
He's like,
waded through
what?
it, So yeah, let's put you over there. Okay, and when you get over there, you can see like Lenny is kind of like forcing Benji back.
Well, I'm running past them and being like, rat people! And just run past them, as they can do what they want.
No, Steve, it's not safe down there.
Run,
It's
people!
Rat
I rush
people!
forward.
Rat people!
I rush
Keep running.
forward and I grab the guys because I care so much. I don't want them getting fucked. Which means that they can't move unless.
Because you've got that
so-
grapple thing, eh?
Yeah.
Are you grappling us down there? Like, come on!
I try and stop Steve running past because it does look like some sort of trap down there.
You want
I
to try
don't
and
care.
stop him? Well, that'd be an opposed dex check, I guess.
I
Game's
will
still
try
paused,
and
by the
stop
way, Phil.
Steve.
You what, sorry?
Game's still paused.
Oh, is it?
Aye. An hour and a half in, we're still on pause.
Oh, no. Oh, so it went pause on my side. Oh my god. Okay, so it's a hard success on both of them, but Steve has the better deck, so yeah, he kind of he shoves you to one. He shoves you one
Yeah,
to one side.
Steve.
Meanwhile, Dylan comes in, and starts pushing, grabs Benji and starts pushing pushing all of you back into the passageway.
Dear, oh dear.
This is
Alright,
Close the door!
I-
Close the door!
I'm stepping to one side and kind of.
I'm pretty sure it's not meant to be this PvP yet, guys.
So is Dylan closing the door? Steve's telling you to close the door.
No, Dylan is saying he's closing the door, I think.
Are you shutting the door,
well,
Dylan?
if Steve told me to
Steve
close the
said
door, I've closed the door.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right,
we're either
close.
dead or saved.
Close the door behind you. You sure, Dylan? You sure you can hear the sounds of like squeaking and scratching on the other side of the door? Maybe you catch sight of a like slightly oversized and bloated paw poking under the like, narrow gap at the bottom of the door.
I stomp.
Okay, right. You stomp it. There's like, and there's a slight, sort of squishy, crunchy noise as you crush the paw underfoot, and it's withdrawn with a squeal, and you can see the blood, like a small patch of blood on the floor where you stomped on it.
Can I be evil because I want to peer pressure someone? I don't care who it is, but I want to make someone lick it up. So I don't care who it is, but I'm just
No,
like, lick
I
it.
don't think you can see that from here. That's exactly.
No.
Yeah.
So so Steve, you find yourself in this kind of depression, about 3 or 4 foot below the level of the passageway that you've just come down, and to either side are these rusted metal grills. Oh, you can make an idea roll. You're the more intelligent, more book.
Okay.
More of a
Imagine
bookworm.
him rushing in like that.
From the rat people, though.
Oh.
Oh no, I didn't do well this time.
Okay. Right. So like I say, it says there's depression. Like I say, it's about 3-4 feet below the level of the corridor. The passageway has just come down, but there's steps on the opposite side that lead back up to the same height, and there's another door at the top of the steps.
I'm coming down.
A wooden door this time.
Can I try and figure out how this trap works?
Oh, you can make an intelligence check. Okay, so you start breathe a sigh of relief as you realise this isn't a trap. It is. It's clearly an old overflow drain for in case the river, or rather in case the canal, burst its banks, and it would flow through here and then down into this kind of water trap, and then out through these drains, rather than it flooding whatever lies beyond this other door.
Well, but that's down below the level of the canal.
where
So where do those drains go?
Yeah.
Steve, I think this looks a bit dangerous.
I'm still thinking about Brian. Can I take a listen at this door?
You can indeed.
And I can't see any tracks here.
Hard success on listen.
Okay, so you can hear very, very faintly. You can hear this humming noise, like a mechanical humming noise.
Like an engine.
But not an engine. No, sounds electrical, maybe.
Like a buzzing.
Fan or something like that.
Okay.
More like a hum. So Dylan, or rather Lenny, as you say this, you look down, and they're faint, but you do see like these drag marks across the tiles, but it looks like somebody's tried to clean them up. Now, whether you keep this to yourself or not is.
I'll tell the guys that I heard something. I can hear something down there.
I'm still convinced that they're down that other tunnel.
There's something through this door. I can hear something, a machine or something.
This is a red herring.
Try a door.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You just, open it sneakily. Always sneak it.
I love the sound effects.
Okay.
Boundary, you're the best.
Okay. So, the door opens into a small area. It's kind of wide but shallow, and there's an antique above your head. You step through. Above your head, there's an antique gaslight chandelier hanging from the center of the ceiling, though it's not lit. And in front of you is a wide archway that directly ahead that opens into a large, dimly lit room beyond, but you can't see much more from where you stood. You can see at the far end, just within the lights of your torches, you can see a green velvet, heavy green velvet drape with some kind of symbol embroidered upon it, and maybe you can just make out what looks like it might be another doorway or archway on the right hand side ahead of you.
I want to move closer till I can make out the symbol.
Okay, so as you step there, what's somebody else doing as you step there?
I will suggest to Dylan that we go and support Steve. He is the DM, and he did threaten me with a level 1 thief.
I'm sticking with Steve.
I'm happy where I am. I wanted to keep looking in. No, I guess I have to be. I'm
Guys,
gonna go in, but I'm gonna
over
say
here,
at
there's a
least
weird
one
curtain.
one person has to stay out the room in case we get locked in, because I feel there might be some shenanigans.
So the drains that he's identified, are they in the room that I'm currently in?
Yeah, so it's those black lines either side.
You should stand in the doorway, and then if it starts to close, you can block it. Maybe.
Feels a good one for
Is
shutting
there
a
a
door
lock on
after
this
you.
side? Is there a lock on this side of the door?
No, there isn't.
There's no lock.
Right.
No, it doesn't look like there's any lock on this door. No, not at all. There's no keyhole. It's just a turn handle with just a normal latch.
Can I inspect
And
the drains to see if that's where the airflow's coming from?
So it's coming from. You can tell it's coming from through this door in front of you.
Further forward. Okay.
Is there a kind of gas pipe on the wall?
No, not that you can see. You can see one across. You can see one across the ceiling leading to this light. So there must be like set into the walls.
Right. But is there a gas tap to turn on?
I guess there would be, yes.
Well, I'll get out my Zippo and light it and try turning it on to get some light.
Okay.
See if I can light the chandelier.
So just what's Dylan doing again? Sorry.
Well, I was staying in this room.
Okay.
Stand in the
what
doorway.
Steve told me.
Right. So you all so Ben, you move down through this archway into this hallway. Steve following slightly behind you. Lenny just stands. Yeah, tries to get the gas chandelier to working.
Yep.
Well, Dylan.
Is there a hiss when I turn the tap?
We'll see in a moment. So, Dylan, you're stood there. Lenny, you can make a listen roll.
Okie doke.
Oofed.
Okay,
unlikely.
It's that tinnitus
Okay.
again, mate.
Okay, so Benji,
Yeah.
you step, like I said, you step through this archway into and start walking into this hallway towards this like curtain, this heavy like velvet drape. And this hallway that you step into, it's like got quite a vaulted stone ceiling. The arch is about 10 feet or more overhead, and sort of along the walls are what appears to be covered with old rags hanging from hooks. But as you walk into the hallway, so we're going to move you back a little bit because of this, and Steve comes in behind you and just like almost walks into some of these rags hanging from hooks along the line in the walls. But as you cast your light on them, and you clearly see they're not just old ragged sheets hanging from the wall. Hanging from metal hooks embedded in the walls are dozens of desiccated human corpses. Features so rotten that they're impossible to distinguish. It's clear, so they can see that some look like men, women, and even a child of maybe 10 or 11 years old. The clothes are rotten. But even you can recognize that most of these clothes are very old-fashioned. One of the male corpses has a heavily waxed handlebar moustache, and his head is tilted to one side with an old bowler hat still sat on his head at a rather jaunty-looking angle. Another wears a tattered yellow sundress that looks as if it's right out of the Little House on the Prairie. Near the end of the hall, as you look towards the curtain, are 4 newer additions with more modern clothes. 2 young women, a younger-looking man, and an elderly gentleman. Each like shrunken balloons, as if they've been drained of all their bodily fluids till there's nothing left but this shriveled shell. And then, Dylan, you hear a clank behind you, and you're spinning round to see a metal portcullis drop across the top of the stairs behind you, sealing off your exit.
I knew it. Jeez. You want a sanity roll from me, Phil?
Yes, I do want a sanity roll from you, and one from
Right.
Steve as well.
Sorry, mate.
As well. So
Okay.
Steve especially, because he kind of blunders into some of them.
You touched them.
People. And,
So what is that I do? I take half sanity loss, isn't it?
Yeah, you take half sanity loss, so a minimum of I think it's
To a minimum of 1. I got a success anyway.
So you go for success. So you both lose 1 point of sanity. So you hear, so Lenny and Dylan, you hear Benji and Steve let out a surprised, startled, terrified scream as they come staggering back into this entry hall, into this antechamber.
Guys.
What's up,
Guys.
guys? I say, kind of clicking my lighter.
There's dead bodies. Dead people. Steve.
Oh.
I'm just gonna. I guess I've not seen the portcullis. I'd be like, dead corpse people, and try and run out the
Let's
door.
get
But I'm
out of
guessing the
here.
portcullis will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you rushing back out the door. You see the your exit is blocked.
No.
Well-
What?
Well, with my tinnitus, I didn't hear that.
So Len, you do manage to get this gas chandelier working though. Takes a couple of
Right.
attempts, it's like a sparker, but you just manage to get it lit just as the as your two friends let out this panicked scream.
Oh, dear, oh dear. What's wrong?
Oh, don't go in there. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. Let's just get out of here.
What is it?
Dead bodies. Dead bodies. People. Dead people.
Oh,
We need to get out of here.
So Ben, you like while you're horrified, at the same time perhaps you're slightly intrigued by these
A little bit.
by these corpses.
Yeah, a
as well.
little bit. I didn't want to admit it, but since you said so, yeah.
okay. Now I've lit the chandelier. Is that another door
It is.
on my?
I start creeping
well.
back. to look
can
at
you
them.
lift that portcullis? I call up to Dylan.
Phil, you never said what the symbol was on the green drape.
No, you haven't got. Yeah, no, you didn't.
Oh, because that's here, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't get all the way, I guess.
Yeah, we've not got that far. So I'm still curious. So I'm gonna start creeping past these dead bodies, which are kind of cool, actually, a little bit, and I'm going to see what the symbol on the drape was.
Okay. So what's the rest of you doing? What were Lenny doing? Just asking.
Well, I asked Dylan whether he could lift that portcullis.
I could maybe try, but I don't know. It looks pretty heavy.
Can I help?
You can help.
I mean,
Yeah.
I said it was a trap. Well, I will go and
Bloody
attempt
was
to
as
help.
well.
Yeah. Listen to the thief.
But you can have one inspiration point when we play D&D if we live next time.
Inspiration points aren't invented for another 40 years,
Well,
mind.
to make sure we get that next game, I shall attempt to help Dylan lift this portcullis for the good of the party. So, strength
Yeah.
roll for the pair of us?
Yeah. Well, you can make a strength. Somebody can take the lead, make a strength roll, and you can add a bonus dice.
So I can add two
fine.
bonus dice then.
No,
Why not?
because that's not protecting the party.
What, getting us out of here?
Oof! Oof!
We did well.
Look what
Okay,
he's
that's
rolled.
it,
He's
okay,
rolled bang
so-
on with the bonus.
Wow. Right. So between you both, you manage to sort of heave, and it lifts a little bit, but then you can feel something. Something is locking it into place and stopping you from lifting it any further.
Rat.
Don't
shake
mention
Dylan by the hand.
rats.
Well done, mate. But so we need to kind of find the locking mechanism somewhere.
Okay, so-
see if you're the lockpick.
So Benji, as you're walking, you sort of venture back into this hole and start cautiously making your way forward. You can make as you pass these fresher corpses, you can make an intelligence check.
Well, I was going to ask you, are they the same age as the people who went missing?
Oh, so they are. So as you get closer, you can see. You play your torch over the faces of these corpses, these bodies hanging from these hooks, these fresher bodies, and yeah, you recognise the faces. It takes a while at first because they're like I said, they're kind of shrunken
Like desiccated.
and shriveled. Not desiccated. No, these are too fresh. The older ones are desiccated. The old ones must be like wearing clothes from maybe like decades old. But these are wearing like modern, up to date clothes. And you recognise these faces. You've seen these faces all over the news over the past few months. Like missing people that have gone missing.
Wow. I'm
So
still...
four of six. Yeah, these like four of the people of like 6 people that have you've seen that have been reported missing in the news over the past few months.
4 of them are here. So 6
But
people have been
you
reported
kinda-
missing in the last few months, but 4 of them are here.
Yeah, the most recent ones are your two.
Schoolmates.
Two. Well, there's school. Yeah, from your school. Yeah.
Mm.
And your breathe a sigh of relief, and there's Brian isn't isn't hung.
Brian's
here
not
either.
one of them. That is a big sigh of relief. Guys, come and see who it is. You're not gonna like this. I'm still
Benji,
looking for the symbol.
let's try and get out of here, shall we? If you're scared, it must be pretty bad.
Hold on one sec. I think the way out here is through here. There's a curtain.
Yeah, further in. Always a bad move. Let's try this door. It might lead to the locking mechanism for that portcullis.
Right, I might be convinced, but
Steve?
I want to know what the symbol is first.
Okay, so Lenny, you're going over to that door, yeah?
Yep, I will go over and kind of have a look at that door and have a listen at it. No, there's no point in me listening. I'll check and see if there's a lock.
Okay, so this as you
Not
approach,
even
My
making
tinnitus
listen rolls
playing up.
anymore.
as you approach this door, you can see, although it's painted with like a wood stain, it's actually a metal door, and as
Yep.
you turn to look at it, you see. You think at first you mistake it for just like the like design of the door, but it's actually a panel, an open panel, like a spy, like a slot in the door, and it suddenly snaps shut.
Guys, we were just being watched. I call out.
So
What?
Benji, you can see this. You can see this thing now. So this against the back wall is this heavy dark green drape mounted, hung. It's hung from this like black iron rod, and upon this drapery is it looks like it's you thought it was embroidered, but it looks like hand painted, like a yellow ovoid shape. And in the center are a series of lines and circles forming some kind of, almost looks like a magical rune from out of D&D.
Yeah, ovoid is egg shaped, right?
Yep.
Go back the curtain.
And you can see there's two rooms off to your left and right.
And what's
But it
behind the
looks-
curtain?
You can oh well, okay. So moving through, like peering through, you see something that makes you stop in your tracks. So, Steve, you see Benji like disappear behind the curtain.
Ugh.
Lenny gives a shout saying there's somebody's watching you.
Is it actually a door or a panel or what?
So it is a door, but it's like a little panel with a slightly.
There was a spy hole in it.
Yeah.
Okay, I shall wrench it open.
It's
Or at least
been,
try to.
so the door is locked, clearly locked. He's trying.
Right.
Oh shit.
Dylan, can you come and help wrench this door open?
I'll come help you.
What's Steve doing?
Steve is gonna shout out charmingly to whoever's behind the door to like let us in. Because he's charming, so it might work.
Hey,
Or it might kill us, depending who it
Steve's
is.
trying diplomacy on the bad guy. Go on, Steve.
give us a charm roll. Give us a charm roll.
Okay.
Are you going up to the door?
Yeah, quite close to the door, not close enough that they can stab me or
Okay.
something. Fucking hell, so I just like smash my head against the door.
I was just thinking you just walked up and headbutted the door, haven't you?
So you go. No, maybe not. Stand just behind Lenny and go like, well, what are you saying? What are you saying exactly?
I think if I got that, I'd probably be like, hey, serial killer, I'm going to make it easy for you and press my heart up against the door. If I got 100, I'm guessing that would make sense.
What a roll.
Okay, so you sort of get right up to the door, then like pressing your face just like inches from this this like
Trying
slot
to
spy
kiss,
hole.
trying to kiss whoever sexy Mike Myers situation we're dealing with.
And you hear this violent banging against this metal door. The door, like almost you can see the door like just shakes, vibrates, like moves in the frame, shakes in the frame to the point that like maybe there's a bit of dust, like showers down from above. Like, no!
Like, I'm gonna take that as a maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, Dylan and
definitely
I will try and
into
wrench
it,
this
guys.
door open. Dylan,
Like,
go
yeah,
on, give me a hand with this.
I'm gonna encourage them because I presume with my role that I've impressed whoever's on the other side. So I'll be like, definitely do it, guys. This person is cool, sane, calm, collected. Definitely some form of police officer to help us.
Okay.
You gonna try and force this door open?
Yeah, well, if Dylan's willing to, I'll help Dylan try and force this door open.
Oh no! Now you're asking Dylan to do it. This is a different situation. You're asking me to do it.
Well, Dylan's strongest is the group. We know that.
Is this you?
I'm
And
not
Steve
sure
wants
whether or
it
not
done.
your flattering's
Is
going to
this
work.
you
on
flattering
me.
him so you don't have to do the peer pressure roll?
So the
Oh no, Steve wants this door open. He just said so.
I do, but only because I'm stupid.
Okay,
We
Steve
could-
wants the door open. I'll do it for Steve.
okay,
Do I
so
get
the
a bonus
door, the
then?
And I'll
door's
help.
no, you can't. So the door's too narrow to get assistance doing this.
All right, fine.
But I'll just do it anyway.
Yeah,
I'll
so
just
you
try
can
it.
you try and shoulder it open. Yeah.
I'll be like, Dylan, I couldn't really
16,
make out, but
yeah.
she sounds hot, and I think she's got huge breasts. That's all I got from the conversation. I couldn't tell anything else. She's super hot.
Yeah, so I think you probably all heard the noise and the response that came from the other
Did
side.
I? That's a question.
Certainly.
I'm way down here. Did I hear it?
No,
okay, yeah.
no. In fact, maybe even if you did, you're oblivious to it because of what is in front of you.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Dylan, this door's not moving. It's like a steel door. It's pretty heavy and reinforced. There's no way you're moving this. The only way you can open this is to unlock it from the other side.
Well, I gave it my best shot, and that was an overhead flying kick, reverse kickbox kick.
I'm sure that's the technical term for it.
Yep.
I'm gonna write a note with my dad's phone number for our house and put it through the flap so they know my phone number for later. And then walk
Okay.
off.
Oh, well, I shall make a note of that.
I will go and check the other side of the corridor to see if there's some sort of secret door.
Okay, right. Okay, you can make a spot hidden roll, and meanwhile, while you're doing that, Benji.
Yeah.
So behind this drape is quite a large room with a high arched ceiling. The floor is a dark burgundy marble with thin veins of white running through it. On the far side, atop a stone dais, is a statue of what at first glance appears to be quite a voluptuous woman in a floor-length robe, her hands held above her head. But as the light from your torch falls upon it, it reveals her voluptuous breasts have open mouths where the nipples would be. A cluster of bloated roots, or perhaps tentacles, spread out from between her legs, wrapping around them and gripping the dais. The statue itself is covered with greenish black fungal growths that cover her face erupting from her hands and filling every crevice. Even more disturbing is a wet pile of unidentifiable viscera that fills a wooden tub in front of the statue like some ghastly offering. The stone walls of this room are painted with all sorts of terrifying images depicting blood sacrifices, rituals, nude figures kneeling in supplication before an enormous, cloudy mass of what looks like tumours, with sections of oily mist coalescing into horrendous body parts, rope-like tentacles, mouths dripping black ichor, and short, writhing legs that end in black, goat-like hooves. And the thing appears to be constantly birthing dozens of dark, tentacled young. In between the images are strange symbols like writing, but this is no alphabet that you recognise. And the mural seems to have a pattern as if it was intended to be read from one side to the other. And this vision in front of you and the atmosphere that this chamber exudes is almost overwhelming, and you must make a sanity roll.
No doubt. That's a success.
You lose a 1d3, but you lose half, a minimum of 1.
No, it's not, 'cause it's not dead things.
Oh yeah, so you lose 1d3.
Just
It's not dead things.
Yeah, so just lose
1d3 sanity. Oh,
So
full
3.
3.
Oh, great.
Okay, so you sort of your knees. You just feel overcome with fear, and your knees like just go weak and buckle beneath you. You drop to the floor. And the room starts to spin. You feel dizzy and faint. And as the room spins around you, you can make an intelligence roll as well.
Oh, I want to feel this, right? Bastard. Bugger.
So before you lose consciousness, you like I said, the room is spinning. You can see it, and you see these images, these murals around the walls. It reminds you. It puts you in just before you black out. It puts you in mind of things you might have seen. You've probably seen in Catholic church, something that's hauntingly familiar about you, and you recall seeing the Stations of the Cross, a series of images depicting the passion and crucifixion of Christ. And these images, while they aren't exactly like that, they seem to follow a similar ritualistic progression that ends with some kind of obscene birth, and then you're consumed by blackness.